Hi y'all, welcome to the vlog. Has it been a day today? It's Monday, April 20 something. Let's see, I think it's the 27th today. I don't even know. Yeah, the 27th. To hear the honking geese behind me, yeah, they're just a honking. I just got back from the emergency room a little bit ago. I had an allergic reaction to my Vraylar, my antidepressant. That's what put me out of commission for as long as it did. So this whole time I was taking it, I was having an allergic reaction to it, and that's why my mind was failing on me. And that's why I'm itchy. I have those weird sensations in my hands, and why I feel like I'm in cloud 9. I'm just like, I can't do this. I felt guilty going to the emergency room, but that's where my doctor sent me. So I'm just kind of getting down from the high. I'm on steroids. I'm on a bunch of things. And hopefully I start feeling better. I'm very itchy, I go see the dentist in the morning at 9 o'clock. So I gotta get up early. Go see this damn dentist. And then I think we're gonna stop at a couple places. And then I go back then I'm off of work for tomorrow and Wednesday, and I go back Thursday. The ER doctor wrote me off and said that, I have to be monitored because I'm going to be, just in case I have an allergic reaction and being off of my antidepressants, cold chicken, I could start having like really bad side effects. So I'm kind of like, I'm like, so I'm trying to like calm down. My blood pressure was super high. My bottom number was 105. She said that's not good. So I have to calm down. Oh, there go the geese. There they go. So I had to follow up on my primary, on my high blood pressure. It has been a scary day today. Well, it all started with my appointment with my psychiatrist this morning. I made an emergency appointment with her. And I said, something is not right. So I left work a little earlier today, at about 11:30. Because my appointment with her was at noon. I'm like, something just isn't right. I said, because I'm done with the antibiotics. I said, I haven't taken any more ibuprofen. I said, and I still feel weird. And I said, I'm with rashes now. That started yesterday. I'm like, I have rashes. I just feel weird. I said, I still feel out of it. I said, my brain just doesn't want to work. Like I said, I don't recognize you. I don't recognize, it takes me a minute. And then, so I was freaking out. Because here I'm thinking I'm having a stroke or something, is going on. I'm going to have a stroke with this blood pressure being so high. And, so I'm just trying to, calm myself down. So I called her. And it was just a wreck. I was a wreck. I was in tears. I was so embarrassed. I was so confused. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then, so she's like, I want you to go to the emergency room. And she's like, I want you to make sure you don't have sepsis because of this tooth infection, which is why I'm going to see the dentist tomorrow. And so that's what I did. I was absolutely terrified that they were going to admit me to the psych ward. I said, I don't feel anything. I said, I know the warning signs. I said, if I started feeling that way. And I said, I know. And I said, I'm being monitored. But yeah. So I'm freaking out. Now that I'm very tired. I'm very just tired, weak. My body has been through so much this past 2 weeks that, and then I was just, she's like, I want you to go to somewhere. Well, instead of going to the ER, I went to the walk-in to get blood tests, work done. She's like, I can't put you on any more antibiotics. I said, that's not why I'm here. I said, I'm here to make sure I don't have sepsis. I said, so I need a blood panel done. So she called me right away on my way home from the hospital and said, you are good. You don't have sepsis. Your white blood count looks fine. And then the rest of it came back. So I was at the emergency room and she called me while I was there. And she's like, we don't see any concern for sepsis, but you need to get to the dentist right away. Because you're going to be looking at it if you don't, figure that out. So I'm like, I know. So I said, I see the dentist tomorrow. I got in on an emergency appointment. So I called them. And so that's all good. No sepsis, thank the God. But it sounds like I was having an allergic reaction to my Vraylar. It wasn't helping me any at all. It made me feel absolutely horrible. But I said, well, usually I give my mental health meds time to work. But I said when I'm having suicidal thoughts on some of them, I have to stop them right away. And then when I'm having, like today, an allergic reaction, I have rashes all over the place. I'm itchy, my neck hurts. My neck is like itchy. And I said it just hurts. My neck hurts, like my... And so he's like, And I'm trying to remember all this stuff because they're asking me questions about what was going on. I said, I don't remember it. I said, that's the problem. I said, I was so out of it. I said, I don't remember what happened. I said, I'm just going under what little bit of memory I have. So... That's okay. I'm home now. I have to watch for symptoms for about 4 to 8 hours. I almost died. They're like, with those symptoms you were experiencing, they're like, you're lucky you didn't die. She's like, that's serious. I said, well, my psychiatrist just said it was maybe the side effects, so she put me on something lower. She's like, well, shame on her. She's like, shame on her. I said, I'm just here. I said, because this is where I was directed to go. I said, I don't know what to do. Like I said, this is one of the worst side effects I've ever had on a medication. Of all the ones I've been on, this one was the worst. And of course, I must have had a reaction to something in it. So I cannot take it no more. So, oh well. You live and you learn. You crash and burn. So with that being said, I'm going to log off for the night. And I will see you all later. Ooh, I can hear the turkeys in the background. Good Wednesday morning, y'all. It is Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. So I've been off of work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because of my allergic reaction and how awful I was feeling. So the ER doctor called me off for 3 days this week. I'm feeling a little better. I don't know. Like I said. Sorry I didn't vlog at all yesterday. It was just a busy day. Like I had no time to just stop. Like it was just a crazy day. I started off with the dentist and I had to get facial surgery. They had to take 6 teeth out. And I'm like, oh God. So I'm like, okay. So I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I gotta find out what it's gonna cost. If I have to pay out of pocket, I'm not doing it. They're not bothering me. Just the rotten teeth are, whatever. There is infection though, so that's why I have to do something. I should probably get it done. But I don't want to, I'm afraid. That's why I said I'm glad they're putting me out, because they said I need a sedative to calm me down. And I said, just do it. Then I gotta get my gallbladder removed. It's only working at 7%, but I gotta see when I could get into this place. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm definitely not doing it this summer. Maybe in the fall I'll get that done. And then just have the dentist's office do my current teeth that they're able to do. Yeah, so I knew when I was gonna go it was gonna be a shit show, but that's okay. It's supposed to rain today. It's supposed to rain about 11:30. I think it's that time already. I don't even know what time it is. It's supposed to be a cold couple of days. And then we're back up in the 50s again. But yeah, so that's what's happening with that mess. The shed is almost done. I got a nice TV yesterday at Walmart. They were $268 for a 65-inch television. So we scooped that deal up real fast. So that'll be the TV in the man cave now. So I'm excited for that. The shed's almost done. The shop is almost done. Not much more now to go. But yeah, so that's that. I hope and pray that, I start feeling better. Ooh, look at the trees. They're starting to bloom. We're gonna have leaves before you know it. I think there's a dinner at church tomorrow. I think it's the third Thursday of every month. But I'm not sure. But I know I have to get this surgery done. But I'm terrified. But I guess whatever comes out of it comes out, There ain't much I can do. And it might be a successful. I don't know. But I'm not worried about that right now. That's a ways away. So with that being said, I will check in with y'all later. Good afternoon, y'all. It's a little afternoon right now. I sat out on the porch for a little bit in the sun. It was nice. Now I'm going on one last walk. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. The clouds are rolling in, as you can see behind me. So I said I better get one more walk in. I feel off still. Like I just don't know. Excuse me. I'm so just... I don't like feeling this way. Everything feels off to me. Though when I take Benadryl, I do feel icky for a couple days. That's just because my body is so resistant to everything. I gotta see if I can get an appointment earlier with my psychiatrist. I don't like doing it at work because I don't need ears listening in on me with my private conversations. So hopefully she has one in the afternoon. But yeah, I feel off today. I don't know, my whole everything is just off. Like I just feel off. So what I think I'm going to do today is just kind of lay around. Because that's just how I feel. I feel gross. I feel icky. So the reason I was called off for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is because I obviously was having that allergic reaction. And the meds make you feel out of it. But also on Monday, I had to stop cold chicken, my antidepressant. But when that happens, you can have really nasty side effects. Like suicidal thoughts, just feeling like you're gonna go crazy, getting real sick. So for a safety precaution, they didn't want me to drive. Which I probably shouldn't have drove myself to the ER, but I did. They told me if I would have fallen asleep, because I was tired when I was feeling weird. I just wanted to shut my eyes, like I just didn't have nothing left in me. They're like, if you would have fallen asleep, you probably would have never woke up. So that's scary. Because I was on a low dose, I guess. And then she put me up on a higher dose, thinking, okay, well, the lower dose is working, so we put me on a higher dose. Well, then that triggered the allergic reaction, which then made me out of it all last week. So I was actually having a small reaction, which turned into a big reaction, which almost killed me. So yeah, that's fun. They're lucky I didn't die. Ay. But yeah, so that's what happened there. That was scary. But I am, and then it all broke loose on Friday. If I wanted to have talked to my psychiatrist on Monday, if I wanted to talk to my psychiatrist on Monday and told her what was going on, I would have probably been dead. Because she noticed something was off with me. Oh yeah, it's been a fun time. These last 2 weeks have been an absolute nightmare for me. But we'll get there. We'll get there. And now I just feel off. She said you need to rest. She's like, go to work, come home, rest as much as you can in the evening, have a good sleep. She said just keep doing that. She said, but also keep your routine. She's like, you don't want to stop your routine because it's going to make you. And I'm afraid how mean they're going to be to me when I go back tomorrow, so. I don't like that, but what you gonna do? I see my therapist tomorrow, so I'm okay with that. I can talk to her if things get bad. So I can be a real mean son of a bitch when I want to. So I'm probably gonna upload the vlog today. And I'm going to take a break tomorrow because I just want to take a break tomorrow. And then I'll start again Friday. And we'll go on from there. Like I said, it's supposed to rain and snow today, I hear. But I don't know, I haven't heard anything. It is getting cloudy though. But it's still 40-something degrees. So I'm going to go in the shed, or the tool shop, and I'm going to make some lunch. It's nice having that microwave out there. And I'm going to keep looking up bars for my shed. And hopefully I can find something. And then I got to put the vlog together and upload it. It's going to be a short one. But I don't know. Maybe I will vlog tomorrow. I don't think I will. But maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be nice to get back to work. Though. Luckily I have time that I can use. So. And I don't know when I'm going to do this surgery for my teeth. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you, right now at least. The dentist didn't seem too concerned with it, so. I said, okay. Oh, there's a robin breast.